Startup noises, text-to-speech, dial-up sounds, warped and cheesy MIDI samples evoking corporate music, and other sounds from that era. Consider this track by Blank Banshee. Scott Beauchamp of Esquire asked the question, could it really be that the AOL "you got mail" voice is to me what the Madeline was to the Proust? A weird sort of nostalgia exists in the iconography and the sounds of 90s consumer culture and internet culture, now repackaged in the language of contemporary electronic music. So with all that in mind, let's take a look at the song that was from the beginning of the video.
Alright, enough of that. Copyright. What up, RNDM podcast?
I think this is a random talk episode. What is that, like 5 on a random talk?
Yeah, whatever we're doing. We are back after like a hiatus.
Who cares about the distinction I'm trying to make right now? Like, who gives a fuck?
Nobody.
Like,
nobody. Not today. So, what are we getting into? Being back. Hold on. What did you do while we were gone? We were gone. Holy shit. I think Siri's like photobombing the podcast.
Yeah, make sure your fucking phone on silent, nigga.
It's silent.
You're silent.
Hit the switch on the side.
Nigga.
I got that gives away my iPhone preferences. Flip. All right. Anyways, what were you up to while we were not recording anything for like 3 weeks? I feel like it's been 3 weeks.
It's been like 2 weeks. But I still had, shit in the tuck. I've been uploading clips, and I just uploaded the episode we did.
So for all 2 of you,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You got something waiting.
I'm feeding the streets. You
feeding our block, I'm
feeding the community,
our dirt road.
Oh shit,
audience right here.
Yeah, like.
But anyways, what was I up to during this time?
Probably nothing. You probably just working and going to school. You bum
the same
ass nigga.
So actually, we may not record for 2 more weeks or whatever because I'm going to Italy. I'll be on vacation. Yeah, get a good hit in on that. I'm gonna be on vacation over in Italy, in Rome specifically, which I did not know was in Italy at first. I was feeling kind of dumb.
Because you was thinking of ancient Rome.
Because I was thinking of ancient Rome. I'm like, Rome's big shit, right?
Yeah,
it's its own thing. But now what I'm realizing is it's kind of like a glorified museum, a giant museum. Yeah, inside of Italy.
I mean, when you told me that, I was very disappointed. Like, nigga, did you pay attention at all in high school, or was you just fucking?
Oh yeah, the many times my predominantly black high school got around the Roman history.
Nigga, my school got around the Roman history.
When did you get around? What class was that?
That was war history in my sophomore year.
Like in school, I feel like
shout out Andrew Dicker, man. Andy, man, you better be watching this shit.
All right.
For real.
There you go. Get it out the way. Anymore?
That's all I got to say was bum ass. Maybe Alex too, but I don't think so.
Give out the governments right now. No, I feel like when I was in school, you would always get to some of the same points in the year.
Yeah.
Like you will read
a lot of repeats.
You will read like about U.S. history. You would do that every year, but you'd only get to like the Industrial Revolution, and then the year was over. Like you never got to modern history for damn sure. You never got up to like George Bush being in the White House.
Andrew Dicker was actually, I'm saying, pretty.
He was probably skipping ahead.
Decent about getting through to shit, but he really focused on Black history a lot.
And when it came down to Roman history, I don't remember ever getting in depth on that other than Roman mythology, which is / Greek mythology, and then that'd be some niche shit for the year.
But I would but ancient Romans and Greeks actually believed those things. It wasn't mythology at the time. I mean,
well, whatever, they say mythology now, but we never got around to that too much of the year.
Because it's not really. I learned about Rome, but I didn't learn about their religion and shit that much because my teacher was more focused on like the political shit that was going on and the constant switching of monarchs and crazy
to be
like
honest,
Nero and shit like that.
When you're bringing up the religious stuff, it's all mythology to me. There's not one that's not mythology to me.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I don't know. I think you kind of gotta pay respect to people who believe in that Jesus Christ was,
Oh God, yeah, I gotta recognize that one over the other ones because that's mythology, and this one isn't.
I mean, because people actually believe it, and like, I don't know.
No, I'm fighting the full-on war on Christianity
here. The full-on war.
No Christmas on Starbucks cups at all.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We cannot observe one goofy religion over another.
I agree.
How is it more valid that Jesus
American
walked on water
nation
and raised the dead, but it's not valid that Zeus sliced his way out of his father's stomach, married his sister. Oh, whoa.
Sorry.
That was a big one. Let it go. But no, Greek mythology and Roman mythology always interest me, but we never got around to it. It was just not a thing, but I digress. Where did we start on this?
We was talking about how I was disappointed that you didn't know that, current.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Rome though, so I will be at Rome. I will be at all the tourist hotspots. Hopefully, no ISIS attack or anything. No offense to all ISIS members out there listening to this.
We don't want to smoke at all.
I don't want a suicide bombing. Is this racist? I don't want to say.
Oh my God! I mean, you said ISIS, not like.
I'm not saying Middle Eastern.
Yeah, you talking about ISIS?
We're making a distinction here.
Oh my God! I hate even being part.
So
of this
don't drive any vans into like the vicinity. Let's just have a cool, peaceful day at the Coliseum. I think I'll be there, and all the other. I wasn't super excited to go to Rome. It wouldn't have been my first choice, even though it is cool as hell and historically, like, it'd be fucking wild.
Where would you have rather gone?
I don't know. When it comes to ideal vacations for me, I usually think maybe somewhere in the UK area. I would even go to Ireland. Japan seems like it'd be fun as hell. But, not many other places. Rome is cool for historical purposes. I don't know. But I think I'll be excited for it though.
Japan or
closer gets.
Or like Japan or like Canada would be like first on my list to go.
Canada probably wouldn't be first. I mean, it's not that
easy.
different. Yeah, it's not that different.
I mean,
though.
It is a little bit different though.
It's a little bit different, but it's not that different, especially from living up in the upper Midwest. Like, fuck, we're right under them. Like, I would rather. I mean, Rome is probably gonna be cool as hell, seeing all that. Although I am expecting fucking probably standing in a lot of long lines. Like for the Coliseum, we were looking up the specific info, and you have to pay one package or another to go to just different parts of the Coliseum. Like, we're not walking all the way around the fucking Coliseum and going underneath the Coliseum. You have to either go underneath the Coliseum or you have to go up top, or you gotta pay more to do both.
Yeah, if you want to do both, you probably gotta do them on separate days or something.
Or whatever, so, but I'm still pretty sure I want to see some crazy ass sights. And we're staying in a nice little Airbnb next to all the little attractions. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that sounds nice. That's some grown up shit.
Some grown up
honeymoon shit. But
shit.
We was about to what you gonna say?
I said a lot of our family members over here, they all are Grouponing over to like Aruba.
Yeah.
Which is that, and I might seem dumb on this, my geography is just fucked. Is Aruba an island?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a no thank you for me. I'll pass on ever going to any island. Like, what the fuck is going on there?
What's wrong with Aruba?
Nothing's wrong specifically with Aruba, but islands in general. I just do not fuck around with islands because I do not like being surrounded by a body of water, especially when I can't.
What about Hawaii?
Yeah, that's an island. No, thank you.
No, Hawaii.
You thought because it was like an American island?
What about like Miami, which is not an island, but
it's a peninsula.
You okay with the little...
Yeah, it's not an island. It's a peninsula. I'm still connected to a giant landmass. There's no monsoon and typhoons that's about to automatically just eliminate my shit.
As Floridians, nigga. What are you talking about?
I think they recover. I think the peninsula's still there. It was a fighting chance. If I'm on a disconnected island floating in the middle of the ocean, how much of a chance do I have?
You're not floating, nigga.
What, the island?
Yeah, you're not floating.
What do you mean it's not floating?
It's like... It's a piece of land.
I mean, land is floating.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, it's sitting on top.
Yeah.
You think it?
It is. I mean, but
let's not split hairs. What else are we talking about today?
I thought we was gonna get into the shit I was ranting about this morning.
Okay, so and this is like you're on a nice little roll. Every little episode we have, you got a nice rant on you. So we need to get some theme music for you or something to introduce like CJ's rant, 5-minute, 10-minute rant. So we're gonna get on that.
I feel strongly, nigga. I'm about to use my platform to let the people know.
So this is CJ's segment called "I Feel Strongly." Tell them what you feel strongly about it. Tell them what you feel strongly about.
What do you feel strongly about? You don't feel
this is
strongly
not about me.
anything.
This is not about me. This is what you feel strongly about.
No, because you make it funny.
This is what CJ feels strongly about. The floor is yours.
Well,
don't choke now.
Oh my god! Can I have some fucking time? Well,
we're live, pal.
What I was talking about was how I'm a recording engineer. I'm a wannabe recording engineer. I'm 19 years old, so, and you see where my studio is. So of course I'm not like, you know, a super professional recording engineer. I'm still in school, but I'm making a little bit of money on the side from what I've learned in school. And it seems like I would say like 9 out of 10 niggas every time. I mean, I actually 10 out of 10 so far. Every time somebody come in here, they trying to, you know, get their little tight beat off YouTube, which is not a problem. If you're a young rapper who don't got beats, take something off YouTube. That's why they there. But a lot of niggas come in with this mentality of like, we gonna get rich and we gonna do this and we gonna, you know what I'm saying? I've heard we gonna blow up, and like phrases like blow up and make it and be put on and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And it's just like, I don't know, as an artist, you know what I'm saying, like I'm not just a recording engineer, I'm a rapper and a producer as well, and I've done poetry for many years. But as an artist, it just seemed to me like that shit just, it's kind of disgusting to me. Like, of course I want to make money off of my art. That's why I record. That's why, you know, that's why I do what I do.
Do you think this is more than those people just believing in themselves or what?
No, I think a lot of people get into it. And actually, I saw some shit on Joe Budden's podcast where he was playing a segment of, you know, actually a lot of successful rappers who like, oh yeah, I just got in there for the money.
Yeah.
And as a nigga who hold the music
Number 2.
That took away from the seriousness of.
We're gonna get a counter. I'm gonna get a little bell, so whenever that happens, we can just ring it and keep track. But go ahead.
As a nigga who, you know what I'm saying, would die for this art. As a nigga who, music is first on my list. Of course, I gotta make money. I go to work. Of course, I have to take care of my responsibilities. But before anything, I'm an artist, and I'm not in this shit to be put on or be rich or be, you know what I'm saying. I just want to
starving artist.
I just want to be able to make a little bit of money off of my art. Mm-hmm. And I feel like so many people come at it from this angle of like, so many non-artists are able to. I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, I was like pacing through the house thinking about this shit. Like, honestly, for real. Like, cause I be thinking about this, and it's so whack to me. But then again, I can't expect everybody to have the same feelings as me, so I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you do.
Right.
But I was like thinking, like, man, like, it's crazy how people. It's crazy how people. Like, really. Damn, what was I about to say? I was.
It's crazy how people come into the whole art thing and just wanna. They don't care about so much about the art.
No, it's damn. I had a specific thing. Like, it's fuck, man. See, I was talking too much.
So I mean, why do you think? I don't know. Do you think that when people say this, that they are not so much worried about the creative part of it?
I know that they're not worried about it, and I can't expect everybody to care about the creative part.
And a lot of these people, do you think they stick to that whole thing? I think a lot of these people, if I can imagine who you're talking about, or the type of people that I've heard say these things over the years, it's a momentary burst of like energy and hope and all this.
Most
and
of those
they say
people,
it's more of a get rich quick scheme or something like that.
Most of those people have just get rich schemes in mind.
They're not really art. They don't seem like artists first and foremost.
They not artists. They want to. It's a lot of people masquerading as artists who just in it for the highest levels of what could be. When you know what I'm saying, I just want to be able to pay my bills and do music. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's so many young people out here like that. And I think, I was saying, I feel like maybe back in the day, it was a sort of a barrier for the non-artists to be able to even make music, because you had to be probably so good to even, you know what I'm saying? You probably was,
because you had to get a record deal.
No, you even if you, you probably had to get a record deal. Honestly.
Are you talking this far back where record deals came into play?
Yeah, you probably, honestly, if you want to go back that far, you probably had to get a record deal. Like, if we're talking like the 70s or whatever, you probably had to get like a record deal to even 80s, step foot in the
even
studio.
90s. So pre-internet.
But even when in the 90s, when you probably could, you know what I'm saying, give a nigga $50 an hour to rent out, you know what I'm saying, a nice studio in the city. It still was like a barrier. You had to probably be out and nice and doing whatever you do, playing whatever you play, and you know what I'm saying, making a name for yourself before you even wanted to record. Like, it was a barrier for niggas to release music. And so now, because you and I can start a podcast in my fucking bedroom, anybody can come in here and give me $15 real quick, and they can make their little whack ass song, and I can throw auto-tune on it, throw it up, and it may possibly do some shit. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing and a bad thing, because I love being able to have easy access to the shit. I'm nobody. I'm not like a prolific artist, but I'm a nigga who is willing to put in the time and effort with my art, and you know what I'm saying, it's about the music first and foremost. And I just feel like other people who not about the music, I just don't like it. That's all it is. Like, it's not. It makes my fucking skin crawl, bro, when people come in here like, bro, we gonna get rich and we gonna blow up, and it's just like, man, are you even what before you trying to get rich? What can you do? Who do you know? What moves are you making? What are you going to do tomorrow? Like, that's the type of shit that just
grinds your gears, man.
Yeah, this is my what grinds my gears segment.
So this is what was the original title? This is what's been weighing on CJ. This was the segment of what's been weighing on CJ this week. So now we know. Now we get a little insight into your mind.
It ain't been weighing on me for the last week. It's been weighing on me ever since I got into music. Seriously.
Wow.
It's I mean,
intense. Am I right?
It fucks with me, bro. Like, it really fucks with me. But then again, I've always thought about this. Like, you can be passionate all day. You can have as much passion and love this shit as much as possible. But if somebody out here working harder than you, making these easy ass, dime a dozen records, but they out here networking, they out here meeting people, they out here making business moves, then I'll probably put my money on that person any day before the nigga who is on some, I'm about the art shit, but I'm not doing nothing.
Right.
So you got to do both. You gotta have a little bit of both. But I hate the people. You gotta make some money to continue to make your music. You get what I'm saying? But I hate the people who just like, I want $1, but ain't even got shit, bro. You don't even be in the studio enough. Fuck out of here.
It sounds personal. Is it?
It is. I know, but it's not personal to any one person. It's personal to dozens of people.
To all you niggas.
All you niggas.
Anybody can get it.
Anybody.
All right.
If you really serious about this shit, come spend $15 an hour at Northside Recordings, nigga. Looped it back around to the business, bro. But for real, man. Don't be that nigga. If you really trying to, you know what I'm saying, learn marketing strategies. If you really trying to do this shit, man, put your best foot forward in both ways, art and business, because that's what you need. Otherwise, you gambling.
Yeah, either way, it's always like some 1 in a million shit to get discovered or put on in any way.
It ain't 1 in a million shit to make money off of what you know and make money off your skills. It ain't 1 in a million to do that, bro.
It could be. The market is so oversaturated that it's an unlimited supply of just music to always listen to because there's so many people in the world making music. And that's why you gotta work harder than everybody else. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, dude, every day I can just listen to music, and I do, and I can find maybe 10 new bands or just music projects a day. So I'm like, if I can do that until infinity almost, how many people in the world have bands? I think about that with porn too. I'm like, dude, if I can just go through porn my whole life and always see new faces of women, how many women have done some fucking pornos? Like a lot of them. So I don't know. Like, it's still a gamble.
You're right.
It's still a gamble, but it's a little easier now, you know, to get noticed or to get some type of attention on you through various avenues.
I've been thinking about this too. Is it easier to get put on nowadays? Or, I mean, not
you can put your cell phone. You don't need to get put on. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, is it easier to make some money off of your art nowadays than it was back then?
It's easier to get eyes on your material. You don't need specifically a radio spin before.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You don't, like, it's easier
internet connection
to use the internet to throw your work up and to get eyes on it if you are creative enough to get eyes on it. So there you go. Another interesting news story from this week. What was this? Another cancellation on the horizon. You canceled.
I'm about to cut real quick.
So how do we feel about Cardi B and this video that I guess got dug up from however many years ago when she was just talking, you know, on Vlad TV probably or something like that, and saying that and when she was a stripper, she would at points, you know, have a night with a dude, I don't know, sleep with him or whatever, and then drug him and then rob him. And then I think for like guys who I guess were deemed cheaters, she would like she'd drug him and have a tranny come in and like fuck him or you know, play with him or something, so then you could hold it over him that you know, he got fucked by a tranny or some weird shit. So people are calling for the cancellation, and this is a little bit of consistency.
I agree. I mean, if all that is true,
for all the sexual assault,
if everything you just described is 100% true, then yeah.
I mean, and I don't know if people would be so angry if there wasn't the whole thing of like some tranny being there playing with a dude who was drugged. Yeah, because that's sexual assault, I guess. Then, I mean, if you were just robbing dudes, I guess that's one thing to be pissed about.
But you're drugging them and then raping them
against their will. Yeah.
Yeah, like why? It seems like whenever like a woman rapes a man, it's never, the word rape is never used. It's always like something weird. It's always like, it's never like woman rapes man. Like, it's like always like woman does weird act to man or something, like roundabout weird shit.
In a weird PR spin, or I guess the best PR spin Cardi can come out with, she said that people should you know, realize that she's been a hood bitch, and they glorify all these hood niggas.
Yeah.
But they don't like a hood bitch.
I agree.
Is that an appropriate apology?
Not really, but but she is right. That's not an apology. That was her apology? That's not an apology.
I mean, I think there was more.
She is kind of right, but she is wrong in her actions if everything you just described was true back then. And maybe we should cancel her for, you know, canceling you know, Louis and who
the various other people who have been canceled.
Yeah, I don't even got to name names. Like,
but in the end, I do not think this will have much of an effect.
No, I don't think so either.
I think people don't care. She'll just go.
I think her next single
put out another song
in the hood,
and people will love the next song.
Yes.
So
I'll see the.
I do not think this is a true cancellation. I think this is more of along the lines of a Kanye cancellation.
Yeah,
where Kanye's been canceled like 2 or 3 times, but you know, then people
always
still
come back.
Yeah, they're like the new Kanye.
I don't never cancel Kanye. I don't give a fuck, nigga. New Kanye.
You don't care about the MAGA hats and the.
I don't care about his political affiliation. I want the art.
You don't care about the that his password.
I don't even know what he.
1111111.
What did he? What did he do? You gotta have a password on your iPhone, so why not? I mean,
1111111.
You gotta have a password. If it was an option, he probably just wouldn't have a password.
He could have. Does he not make enough money to have an iPhone with a face scan? Like X, he doesn't have enough money to go get an X.
Maybe that was before it was out. Get the fuck out of Kanye business.
You think that was before the X was out? I don't think that was before the X was out. That was like a year ago.
I don't know.
Anyways, next, are we done with Cardi B? Is she canceled?
I mean, that's up to the people. It's not up to me. I mean,
are you done with Cardi B?
I've never started. The fuck?
What? What the fuck?
When did you start with Cardi B?
I kind of like Bodak Yellow.
It's infectious. I'll give her that, but I'm not like going. I'm not.
I respected that.
I'm not looking up her on Spotify and shit.
I'm not going to individually listen to her either. I might have given that one thing a try, but it's just ratchet.
Yeah,
music.
man, we need a Spotify.
It's just ratchet
sponsor, man.
It's just ratchet. It's just a ratchet ghostwritten.
Yeah, that's weird that it's ghostwritten. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's such easy stuff to write, but it's ghostwritten. Like,
I don't know. I mean, it's catchy and it's I wouldn't say it's easy because they are.
Yeah, I guess making catchy
hit type
flows
is not something everybody can do.
I guess making catchy flows are is a skill, but
and she performs it well.
You can learn to do that if you just
But I'm not. I mean, it's not like real sexism or anything because I don't think I have a problem with female rappers. I just don't sit and listen to ratchet hood bitch raps, especially. Not too much. I check it out of curiosity, give it a spin, but
no.
I don't keep up with it enough. I just listen to like some MC Lyte, like her latest album.
You serious?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
MC Lyte got a recent album out?
Yeah, I think from within the last 2-3 years.
You want to talk about female rappers?
You may have a better viewpoint than I do because I mean I know a lot of female rappers. I don't know a lot about their catalogs.
I don't either. I mean, I just know a couple.
Maybe we should talk when we know.
What
do we know now? We can do it before and after. What do we know?
Just do a little.
As far as female rappers, we know that.
If I had to, pick a female rapper off top, Jean Grey.
Who would we say in popularity before Nicki Minaj was the biggest? There were a lot there who...
If you want to say at that type of level, maybe Lil' Kim, but that was a while before her.
Lil' Kim I feel like, had been inconsistent and spotty through a lot of her...
Or maybe Eve was
I didn't listen to... Eve, I feel like, also went away too. Like, okay...
She did go away, but she was at that, like...
But years and years and years before that, so I don't think at that time... this is what I'm saying. There's a toss-up between a lot of different women at a lot of different times.
It seemed like a certain gap between when Nicki, started to pop and...
Because then it was a hot potato, it seemed like, of women who were popping. It wasn't just like one solidified best woman.
Crime Mob, I mean, I guess...
Diamond from Crime Mob? Like the one chick from Crime Mob? I think she had like one verse, and I think, the Nuck a Few Buck shit, and people ran with that. She may have had other ones too, but I don't know if she was ever seen as solidified, like, you're the face of women rapping.
No, but I mean, what the fuck do you want? Like, I mean,
I'm looking for
at that type of level. She had a nice little.
I don't think she was at the net level of Nicki Minaj, like the biggest female rapper at that point. I don't think she was. I think she was known.
But she was very known, and I
she was known for being in Crime Mob.
I think that's something. I think that's something to remember and know.
But there were other people who were way higher. This is what I'm saying.
Like who?
I think there's some record that the Brat holds of going platinum.
When? What time?
The early 2000s.
What? I didn't know.
I mean, we could actually pull up stats, but this is what I'm saying, that there was a lot of...
I thought the Brat was a more old rapper.
No, the Brat was around in the early 2000s with that whole So Def thing, Bow Wow, Jermaine Dupri.
I've heard I've never heard a bad word about her. I've only heard good things about her, but I've never gone to listen to her.
Beginning her career in 92, her debut album in 94 sold 1 million copies, making her the first female solo rap act to receive platinum certification. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
So, but she's not remembered. Like, who the fuck? What's going on? I heard the name, but what's her deal?
I just haven't listened to her music.
So I'm saying she wasn't the definitive either, even with that. Like, I think maybe... What can we say? Pre-Nicki Minaj, Lil' Kim.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Trina had some run as like being a hot female. Missy Elliott, I think, would have to be, as far as consistency, she had a good run for a long time, longer than probably any of the rest of them.
I'm surprised I didn't name her sooner.
So, I don't know. And then you have Nicki, who had this whole dominating thing to the point where I think that the tide of public opinion has turned on, like, not in her favor, to where she seems like a villainous character, or somebody who, you know, people don't want to look upon favorably.
Because she acts in certain ways. I think she comes off kind of bitchy sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about Nicki that much. But
and this leads us back to this whole Cardi B thing, because I guess even with her ghostwritten material and everything, she came back and she has enough of a personality and good enough delivery to where people are feeling she usurped Nicki and she's the...
I don't know about all that. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I'm not... maybe.
So, I mean, that's the female rap saga. You got Remy Ma out there, but she went to jail for like 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, but she came back and had a #1, I think. So that was pretty...
With Fat Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what more can we say? Iggy Azalea? Iggy Azalea, let's not front.
She got a new song out. No, Sally Walker shit.
Well, that's fine, but I'm saying... Well, no, that's not really pre-Nicki. That's like post-Nicki.
Post-Nicki, of course.
Yeah,
she the daughter of Nicki.
But at some point she was thrown out there as the hottest for like 6 months. A 6-month span, people were like, she's hotter than Nicki.
Canceled her because of something, right?
Because of like the Macklemore effect of being like, we got all these white artists taking over. Hip hop is black.
Was that it? I thought she did something in particular.
I think. Well, she did. She walked into little potholes. She walked into little.
I thought she did something that people didn't like.
She did. She walked into a lot of bullshit potholes. I think at one point she was saying like, I think she was in a picture with Kendrick and Drake or something. It was like, these my niggas or something. I don't know. And people were saying she was appropriating because she was Australian, but she rapped in a southern accent.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. That was the main thing, I think.
Right. So then people then that's why I said it was like a 6-month span, and then people were like, fuck you, and flipped on her. So they were like, you an appropriator. But I don't even know if Tide has flipped that much. She has been cold for a long time now. But she just put out that fucking Sally Walker song and it had like 32 million plays in like 2 days. So
yeah, I mean, who is listening to her though? What is her demographic?
I don't think Caucasian women and mostly around a certain age women. Like not even just Caucasian, but you know, around a certain age women who like a certain thing. The same people who I would guess would be listening to, you know,
Nicki,
something like that, or you know, listening to the top 40 stations.
Yeah,
they listen to
just Iggy probably Azalea. Catch her on a playlist.
My wife actually liked, you know, some Iggy Azalea songs for a while. Like these are people who don't care about like music snobbery.
Yeah,
like there are people in the world. There are people who
don't have to take it so extreme to be snobs.
They don't. These are people who don't care
a little bit more.
These are people. There are people who don't care about like
just
music.
Scratch beyond the surface. Like
there are people who don't care about musical elitism. They're like, who gives a fuck?
It's not about elitism, bro.
When you go in and you talk about this whole thing of like you gotta listen to more than the top 40 stations, like who gives a fuck? The top 40 station is fine, dude. And
I mean, yeah, but it's not about that. Like, it's not about being elite. Fuck out of here.
But it's a looking down upon.
No, I just don't get it. That's all it is. I just don't
understand why can't everybody.
I just don't get how you can be like
content with that. No. How can your life, if you are just listening to the top 40 stations, how do you live with that without more coming out of your music? How do you? Like, how does our cousin Gene, how do you go to the gym and just work out to generic music? How does that evoke anything?
No, bro, no.
Gene said he went to the gym and listened to Work Hard, Play Hard. Like, how? That's such a mediocre song.
I can just imagine Gene in the gym. Work hard, play hard.
Work hard, play hard.
He just...
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah, bro.
Shadow boxing. Just all kind of silly shit.
Bro.
But people do it.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I think it was a point. That shit was ridiculous. You know? It was a point in my life in which, like, I think I was kind of a music elitist.
You might still be.
I don't think. I think I'm willing to let people have what they have because
I can truly say that I'm at that point. I
can truly say that I'm at that point. Get the fuck out of here.
You might be an elitist still. I can truly say that I'm at the point where I feel like, because I used to be probably a huge, especially in high school, it was my sense of music or nothing. And then as I've gotten older, it's actually cooler to like and be able to recognize good points in all music. You can throw out shit when it's bad, but you know, I like all facets of music, and this was a complete 180 from when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I was like punk music, and this type of punk music, not that type of punk music. Just huge, just douchebaggery going on there. And people told me, they were like, you know, you'll eventually like other stuff, and I'm like, no, I won't. What the fuck? And now I like, you know, the main music I listen to sometimes is almost the opposite of aggressive, just fuckery. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I really don't. I might not get moved by like a bunch of certain poppy or whatever type of songs. It's not even just poppy, because I can see I like a lot of pop, but I don't think people suck.
Like who? I mean,
I don't think people suck if they just listen to just the top 40. I'm with you. I still kind of wonder, like,
no, why. I just that's what it is. I don't care. I'm saying, like, I don't care that you listen to the top 40 only. It's just that, like, I just don't like. It's so much good music that is.
I think you feel like these people can't get into a musical conversation with you.
I have musical conversations with top 40 listeners all the time, but they just not compelling, honestly.
The conversation.
If you want to be real.
Well,
if you want to be honest,
as a good conversationalist, you should be able to make that conversation compelling just off of your knowledge of this is, and you may not care, because this is why I listen to all these different types. I'll listen to all these pop things that you'll say you wouldn't want to listen to, because I can have knowledge of that too.
Pop music,
and I can have knowledge of that, and I can discuss that. You know,
I listen to a little bit of pop music. I like Lil Pump a lot. I mean,
well, Lil Pump I wouldn't really classify as the pop music that I'm talking about. With the people that we're talking about. With this, I'm talking about the people who are listening to Ed Sheeran, who are then going on and listening to...
no, but I know niggas that listen to Ed Sheeran that, you know, like a lot of music.
Who are going then listen to... The people who will listen, who probably won't even know artist names, they'll just be like...
I like that hook.
I like that song. I don't really listen to the whole thing, or I don't like exactly know...
Yeah, the hook was fire.
This and that, but I like... And I'm not usually talking about... Lil Pump and because that's a whole nother thing to me, the SoundCloud track, because people who are
is Lil Pump not mainstream at this point? He was on a fucking Deadpool soundtrack.
He is when it comes to the whole rap thing, but I'm talking about when it comes to probably just like some pop music, not like trap.
To me, Lil Pump is pop music. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it may be, but it's not what I'm thinking of when I'm just talking about the most mainstream of.
I mean, you talking about
pop music,
Rihanna and
something like that.
God damn it.
Something like that. Sharon, yeah. People who are what was the original one that we were talking about? The original artist that we were talking about that got over to some of this pop stuff. I don't remember anymore, but just people like that. People who are listening to Iggy Azalea.
Yeah,
I'm not sure they may like the girl who's listening to Iggy Azalea. She may go, but she may not go listen to some Lil Pump after Iggy Azalea. She might just keep.
I think the girl who listened to Iggy Azalea may listen to Gucci Gang once or twice.
Like I think it's a lot of dudes and even younger women listening to Lil Pump. I don't think like and I may be wrong. I don't think that there's a ton of like late 20, early 30 women listening to like Lil Pump.
No,
that may seem like child music to them.
Yeah,
and the women who are listening to Lil Pump are like probably like teenage women or early 20s women.
Like me.
Right, but that's not necessarily who I'm targeting. I'm targeting the people who are probably just sitting up and listening to motherfucking like the whole Adele album.
Like me. I don't understand. like, see, I like pop music, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
You like singer-songwriter shit. You like a lot of singers. A little bit. You like a lot of singer.
I like Angel Olsen. I like.
You like James Blake, and you like all.
Is James Blake singer-songwriter?
Yeah.
He can get there. He can get there. I'm more like the electro R&B shit from him, like the man, that type, like that overgrown, or I guess it's overgrown. Yeah, like that overgrown type sound. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really fuck with. Or like even like little certain side EPs. We already talked about James Blake. You don't get no more airtime on RNDM. You gotta pay us.
Yeah, I mean we covered that whole album. We were supposed to do an album this week, but
I'm sorry, guys.
We haven't dug enough into it, so it's still a work in progress. It was gonna be Venture X.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it next Monday.
Some vaporwave, some future funk. We were just watching a little snippet documentary of vaporwave music theory, and it's something that I can see myself getting really back into. You know, music. Sometimes music listening habits can work in cycles. You know, where you listen to one genre a ton and then you fall out of it, and then. You know, so but vaporwave is always one that's been there. That I at first when I first found out about it, I just dove into it. I don't know how I first found out about it. I think it was just on YouTube, and I saw some aesthetic that was like, "Oh shit, what is that?" And it drew
Japanese
me in.
letters.
No, it was it was in fact like most people, it was the Macintosh Plus album cover with the Roman statue head bust. And like the 90s art, and then like some image of like the city and all that kind of stuff, and a checkerboard background. I was like, that aesthetic. And then I listened to it. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy to me. So I could see myself getting back into it pretty soon. You are kind of new to it.
I've listened
you had
to
opinions
a few
on
albums.
You've had an opinion. Well, I don't think you still have done the deep dive into it.
No, not the deep dive.
But you probably listened to some albums on, you know, that get thrown at you. But you had some opinions before. You may have some opinions after. So where would you compare where you were before to where you are after listening to a few albums?
I didn't know anything about it, and I was like, I think I saw the same shit, like, just like little, you know, like weird Japanese letters and, you know, very neon fucking, but like soft neon, pink and blues and shit.
Spaced out letters?
Yeah.
Like with the spaces in between?
Yeah, that type of shit. It's almost similar to like Ouran type shit, but it seemed a bit more smooth.
Right.
Like an aesthetic period. And
yeah, it's supposed to. Well, the whole aesthetic of that vaporwave thing is supposed to be of 80s and 90s pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of that going, and early internet
culture
and graphics.
Yeah.
So okay, so go ahead, keep going.
And like just a bunch of retro bullshit, like the old Pepsi logo or fucking
the PlayStation logo. Obviously, the old the PlayStation 1, the Sony.
Yeah.
It's a widespread message of anti-capitalism, anti-consumerism,
yeah, political messages,
yeah. A la Death Grips. It's about so okay, go ahead. Just what do you think about after?
What do I think about vaporwave
After a few album listens? Okay, more specifically the music.
I think maybe I haven't listened. The artist that I've listened to the most is Young Bae.
Young Bae.
Yeah, I like his shit a lot, but it kind of, I can only listen to so much of it. Like it's kind of like Lil Pump. It kind of get like repetitive to me, but maybe that's just him. Like the production is just like the chops are kind of creative, and the songs are usually very bright and, you know, warm feeling, like that vintage warm type of feeling. Because he probably
that's more in the future funk area where it's that. It's a lot more up-tempo, dancey, disco-y feel to it. But then we had albums, I don't know if you remember, it was the Lenshaven Virtual Plaza album, IBM Nights, I think, where it was a lot of the crunched, and it had that. Do you remember this one?
No.
Let's pull it up real quick. Go ahead and feel some air.
I feel like, I don't know, vaporwave. I like it.
I assumed you might, because especially within the way that you're leaning production wise anyway, it's very about manipulating samples and coming up with an interesting sound, and not very much a conventional one, which is why I assumed you would probably like certain aspects of it.
Yeah, I like vaporwave. I wish I could maybe listen to a little bit more of it, because it just seemed like one thing I just really didn't like about the Young Bae album, and, you know, a few different and sometimes, like, I don't know, it's just sometimes it seemed a bit too simple for me. Like, it's just like, maybe I don't know how to process and that's going on, but sometimes it seemed like somebody just literally slowed down the track, like literally just put the pitch shift on it.
Well, you got the chops too usually in there.
Shit, sometimes.
So this one was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
With that distortion.
Yeah.
Shit is amazing.
It got that like vintage compressor feel where it's like it's kind of distorted, but it's like not. It's more of a warm type of rounded distortion rather than being like harsh and like.
Right, and the good thing about vaporwave is it has a lot of corners to the genre. So it has artists that sound nothing like Young Bae.
Yeah.
Even though Young Bae fits within the umbrella, so you could probably find a lot in there from Mal, Soft to Hypnagogic, which is all supposed to be like
Most of the vaporwave that I usually like though is just random niggas that I never got back to. It's most likely some shit I just found on SoundCloud, and I was like, oh, it looks like some vaporwave. It is. And
it's hard finding people. I mean, you can find people and then find the people to stick with, but then there's a lot of people who you will hear certain songs from, and then you'll be like, what's that name? Because the name will probably have like Chinese or Japanese characters in it, so it's like, how do I search this?
Yeah.
Or just random names.
You gotta just usually, sometimes, most of the time, more times than not, the album name I have the song names I have the English letters in it, so you usually gotta go by that and just.
I hate when
really
I find
big.
one that I like that has all Japanese characters. It's like, because I know I will never be able to type that in now. Like, there's no equivalent. Like, and what am I gonna go download a Japanese keyboard and then try to match characters? Like, what the fuck? And then would that
decrypting ugly ass?
Would that be recognized as SoundCloud? I don't even know if I just start typing Japanese characters in there.
Yeah, I mean, I've tracked down certain Korean artists where I think I've copy and paste the name, but you would have to be on SoundCloud, like on your.
You'd have to get the character to copy it and then paste it.
You have to be on SoundCloud on the computer, not on your phone, or on Spotify on your computer, not on your phone.
Yeah, well.
And it works usually most of the time, but you just gotta save them, come back to them later. That's all.
So, future idea here. There's a new Nav album. There's a new Nav album out.
What am I supposed to, you waiting on a response?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about the new Nav?
What are you suggesting about the new Nav album?
That we got to listen to it. We did not listen to Reckless, and this is a brand new Nav right here. All new Nav.
Why you want to shit on Nav?
Why do I want to shit on Nav? I don't.
Yes.
I want to give it a fair shake and then just give my opinions on it. That is what I want. That's all I want.
Maybe. See, this is where I think you say I'm elitist. Maybe Nav will impress me more than I think. Maybe he'll come out on top of this review.
He could. You never know.
I don't think so.
You got to give it a shot. So, somewhere in the future, there's a deluxe edition too.
We listening to the regular version. If you want to listen, I'm not listening to more Nav than I have to.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We got a deluxe edition with 24 tracks of Nav. 24 tracks, bro.
Where's the regular version?
The regular version's around. I don't know how many tracks it has on it.
That's the one I'm listening to.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
I'm
14,
not
15,
doing
16.
it.
There are about 17 tracks on the regular.
Damn, nigga. Who the fuck is you, Nav? Well, I guess the 16 is standard.
We got to get the 24, bro.
You can listen to the other 8 or...
We got
whatever.
2 Little Dirk features.
What is that from 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24? You can listen to the other 7 if you want to.
Well, all right. This has probably been an episode.
You want to listen to 7 more tracks and a half?
7 more tracks. This has been an episode. So
I think we done, man.
We're gonna leave you. Hold on. Let it ride.
This is what we
RNDM talk. We're out.
We gonna fucking destroy this album,
Yo.
bro.
Yo.
And I don't know if you ready for it.
Hey. Down.